Hey video people, let's take a look at this month's questions that you had about video production and motion design. Here we go. For Adobe After Effects, switch to PC or stay with Apple? Seeing as how I made the switch to PC a few years ago and never looked back, I will try to answer this with a little bit of an unbiased perspective. If you're already familiar with Apple and their devices and their operating system, and you have also invested in the hardware and the software, then I might not have a good compelling argument to switch to PC just for After Effects. However, if you're looking for a more cost-effective option or customization with your hardware, a PC is probably going to be the better choice. Another huge consideration is if you need NVIDIA graphics cards. A lot of 2D and 3D software is starting to switch over to NVIDIA. And as the recording of this video, there's no easy workaround to get NVIDIA to work for your Apple. Especially considering AI and how it's using a lot of GPU power for processing, it might be worth considering that into your decision making for the future. Ultimately, when it comes to After Effects, it's personal choice, and I won't try to sway you either way. PC. Which feels more lucrative / stable, 3D animation or motion design? Whether it's 2D or 3D or just motion design in general, if you have the right skill set, I don't think you can go wrong either way. However, you need to define what lucrative or successful means to you. A lot of this can depend on what your career goals are and what you think is stable. If you enjoy working with 3D models, you're interested in creating visual effects for film, television, or TV, or even video games, then 3D animation might be a better fit for you. On the other hand, if you enjoy creating graphics animations for social media, advertisements, YouTube, or other media platforms, motion design may be a better option. In terms of stability and earning potential, both fields can be competitive, but ultimately it also depends on your skill set and your experience level. Either way, it's also a good idea to stay up with the latest technology and trends that's happening in your field. After you kind of look at some of these details and also define on what success means to you, start considering whether you feel a good fit for a full-time job somewhere that's hiring near you, or if you want to dip your toe into the freelance waters. How can I work faster and smarter as a motion graphic artist? As a motion graphic artist, there are a few things that you can do to help speed up your workflow. A simple but overlooked step is just to plan your projects. Before starting a project, take time to plan your ideas, storyboard, and establish a clear workflow of how you're going to solve the problem. Don't be afraid to use templates, plugins, or presets. A lot of software like After Effects will have all the built-in tools, but there are definitely third-party softwares that can speed up whatever sort of workflow you're working in. This can always assist in making better, faster results in a lower amount of time. Don't be afraid to use these resources if it's going to make you better and more effective. Kind of a boring one, but whether you're doing motion design or even editing, it's good to learn the shortcuts. Keyboard shortcuts can reduce a significant amount of time while you're editing, for example, because you're not searching around looking for all the specific tools that you need. Take the time to learn the most common shortcuts that's in your software. Stay up to date with the latest tools and techniques. Motion graphics and production is an ever-evolving field, so it's good to stay up to date with what's new and trending inside of your industry. By implementing just some of these strategies, you should be able to work more efficiently and faster, while still maintaining a high level of quality. How do you describe visual effects? Visual effects, or VFX, refers to the manipulation or enhancement of live-action footage. This creates the illusion of something that can't be created practically, or using in-camera techniques. VFX are used extensively in film and video production, ranging from created large-scale computer-generated images, or CGI, such as dragons or spaceships, to smaller, more subtle effects, such as removing unwanted elements from a shot. This can look like logos, crew, or equipment removal. VFX artists use a combination of tools and software. They work closely with directors and cinematographers and other members of the production team to ensure that the VFX are going seamlessly into the live-action footage. Overall, VFX play an essential role in television and film today. This allows filmmakers to bring their true vision to life. And without VFX, this might not be possible any other way. What is each 3D animation software best at? There's a lot of 3D animation software, but here's a breakdown of some of the most popular ones, and in my opinion, what they're best at. Autodesk Maya, widely used in the film and television industry. Some of its best features are character animation, 3D modeling, and visual effects. 3ds Max, popular for architectural and product visualization, as well as a little bit of game development. Blender, a free open source software that can be used for 3D modeling, animation, as well as developing assets for games. Cinema 4D. Known for its ease of use, Cinema 4D became really popular amongst motion graphic artists for animation and design. But in some of the later releases, it also started to dabble in some visual effects, including motion tracking. Houdini. Widely used in the visual effects industry, it has powerful procedural modeling, fluid animations, particles, and overall animation capabilities. And the choice of which one to use just comes down to the personal preference of the user and what the needs are. So thanks again for submitting your questions, and we'll see you in the next Q&A.